So beautiful to be here with you. So just coming on here to share, just kind of these reflections and these moments and different energies that have been permeating through. It's such a beautiful, I know intense for many, but so much shifting and realigning and time with this closing of the cycle and with 3i Atlas and also this kind of this simmering down, this kind of this softening of this old structure, the old system. And this has been coming through a lot for me since 2022, when I started seeing a lot of the energy in what I was experiencing, whether it's the grocery store, the restaurant, just moving about the daily life. And things started getting a little duller, I guess, almost like a gray. And and it kind of felt like it was the really bittersweet and beautiful last dance that we have at the end of a dance when we're kids, right? And and there could be this pulsing, this coming up of grief, and for all the beauty, the pain, the beauty, all of it, and how purposeful all of that was and still is, because we're still in the closing of the cycle. So not to negate any experience that we are presently within, but it's just a very there's a kind of an elegance to it in a way. It's really powerful and potent, deep, and I know many of us are feeling this, and so I send so much support for any and all of you who may be really having a challenging time at this moment, and really calling forth prayers and support of spirit teams and to God for this passage, this transition point. And there's this, about a month or two ago, there was something that came up about the energetics and about the training wheels coming off. And part of this aspect is because so much of our energy bodies is really being fortified, and we are really recognizing and reasserting our boundaries, our needs that are really necessary to keep us intact, so to speak, to be able to redefine and also refocus what our form really is, so that we can hold our spirit, our soul's essence in its fullness. And so there's this slight reconfiguring, these adjustments, and there's no right or wrong in it, especially because we're figuring this out. And so sometimes when we're doing this, it may come off to others kind of, maybe it might feel harsh or something like that, but at the core of it, that's not it at all. It's not something that is to be impressed upon. It's just an observation for us to make and to acknowledge, each other's fields. And there's such a potent sense of glory within that announcement, that proclamation, just reclaiming space. And so many of the animals have been coming in support of these processes, especially because we're in such a presencing and honoring of our physical embodiment, and the animals are in such reverence of their embodiment and their wildness. And so more and more we're going to be able to come into this and convene so magnificently with the animals and other beings, of course, but the animals having such an anchored and liberated space, and hopefully as humans we're continuing to align our structures to be able to allow them more freedom and sovereignty. And very excited for all of that. And for the last few years at least, the animals have been sharing with me about this deep desire that they have to work with us, to reform, to build these new systems within our society, because they are so attuned in with unity consciousness, right? Because they're constantly in this interconnected dance. So there's an artist, an author. Her name is, I believe it's Elise Hurst, and I just mention her because it's really prominent in my heart of this closeness, this sacredness. And she illustrates these scenes of animals with humans in the everyday, and and then also with our facilitation of communication and hearing what they have to say, really, and being open to that, of course, is just such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And same with the trees and the flowers, the plants, being able to kind of go a little out of the box as to what we can what we can create with each other. It really is such a limitless and profoundly beautiful opportunity for us all. And yeah, and back to the training wheels about the system and these energetics and this dissolving, this dissolution space that we're within. There is this, I've been noticing it a lot in terms of the design, the signage, colors, lines, so to speak, because as we are really honing into the energetics and needs, in a telepathic sense, yes, but yeah, just kind of this greater knowing as we shift into this different octave is this, it's almost like being able to seeing this as a pulsing and the kind of where the new designations can be created because the energetics just feel so different than before, when all this signage, and I shouldn't say all the signage, of course I haven't seen all the signage that there is out there, but but basically it's this, I've been having this experience where a lot of the ways of the old system, where there's no malintent, but the message that it was being conveyed was unclear energetically, and part of that, for example, may have even been old signs that haven't been taken down, so can be a little disorienting to people, believing and thinking that this is pertinent signage to direct us energetically. Yeah, and as we hone in more and more on our own energetics and really feel into our bodies, we are then also able to contribute feedback for the system as a whole as we redevelop it into a more conscious, living, breathing dynamism, I guess, is how I'm feeling that. And so I'm really so excited for this and these moments that we are stepping within, and of the energetics, and then this clearing of energies in this moment. I know many of you, many of us are feeling this deep call to clear the energy within our body, right? Purging, and that's bodies, physical, all aspects, energy bodies as well. And in an earlier post, I had shared a transmission that I had received at the beginning of 2023. And beginning last year, there was this guidance. What I was receiving was about this fertilization period that we're within, for that gestation, that primordial gestation of the new human. And this really, really sacred moment that we're within. And so this fertilization time and about the moment where we are now within the delineation with the golden rule of God. That was the phrase, and about the new song. And so there are so many aspects of the new creation that are sinking in the song that calls us into being, that permeates through our vessels, the spirit of God, the spirit of love. And in animation, our animation being called through in a whole new way, and such a just such a profundity with that. And this, but also calling forth this just this very, to sanctify the holy ground of the earth. And the earth also in the sense of the holy earth that is you, that is us, that is our bodies, being made of all of earth's elements and her components. And this vision of the new earth and this bridge of a divide, but coming onto this one path, and this one path, and just this very vast, immensely beautiful, shimmering, new light of life, of being. And and then there was also the code 22 that was coming in about this anchoring in, especially with the divine masculine and divine feminine, and also of the kind of as a bridge, also the 2 and the 2 and the 22 and 22, which with the 4 is the heart, the symbolism, the heart chambers. And so on the 22nd of each month, there was something that was arriving in the physical, that was a mirroring of this birthing, this new life that was coming. And so it had been feeling so much over this last year, feeling it in my body, as though carrying this baby, as though being pregnant. And and so as these gifts, these codes were coming in on the 22nd of every month of this year, beginning from the spring equinox, there was this really profound feeling of joy of being a mother, and of this incoming life, this life force that was and is going to be bringing just this immeasurable beauty to the world, to the universe. And and so this recent moment, this last month or two or three, however this may be feeling for you as well, is totally valid and beautiful. But it's been feeling like making space for this baby, but also a sense of nesting. And because when nesting as a mother, even for wildlife, for the animals, for the birds especially, there's this nesting behavior that happens where just kind of preparing for the baby and kind of clearing any extraneous energies that don't need to be in the field, and just kind of doing our best to ensure this really safe, beautiful, loving space where we can be at our very best. And so any disconnection that we're feeling called to, well, maybe disengaging is a better word than disconnecting, whichever word or phrase feels best for you. But disengaging in any energies that may not feel so supportive for you in these very moments is a really beautiful, beautiful thing. And if we experience any connections, people that we're connected with, right? Kind of reevaluating relationships and, even maybe groups that we're a part of, email, what do they call those? Email blasts. So, if those type of energies that we've been connected with before, again, not feeling so supportive for you in this very sensitive stage, that we just remember that, if we're not on the side of being the one to disengage or disconnect, that we do our best not to take that personally, right? Because everyone is doing what they feel that they must in order to really I'm really feeling the energy, but I can't verbalize it in human words. So, either way, I know that you know what that means. What I'm trying to express to you is that, we're just charging ourselves up in the ways that we must to anchor in. Yes. And so, and and so there's this, just this stillness. I don't know if you can feel that, but just going to close my eyes and just really feel this moment with you, with all of us. These deeply, deeply sacred moments, seeing, feeling, recognizing in the core of our being that everything is in alignment with our greater good and with the greater good, the greater and greatest good of all. May all our intentions be supportive, loving, for all of us as one. For all beings generated through the very heart of God, of Source, of Spirit,